Hey there. So this is your warm-up. Start out with glute contractions. You're just going to lie on the floor, and what this does is settles your pelvis. All right, settles it onto the floor so you can actually feel your low back and your pelvis settling on the floor. And you do this for maybe about a minute or so. So it's just what you're doing to do is squeeze your butt and then relax, squeeze and relax, squeeze and relax for a 2-second on, 2-second off. So just squeeze and then relax, squeeze and relax. It should be kind of rejuvenating feeling. So then you put your feet together, knees apart, back together, and what this does is warms up your hips and the front of your girdle here. And you do this about 30 times or so, for about 30 seconds or something like that. The next one you're going to do is feet up. You want to make sure your heels stay right over your hips. No matter how straight, I can't quite get my legs straight, but almost. You want your heel to stay right up over your hips. So you start out with leaving one foot up, and you do 10 on each side. Leaving your foot up, 10 on each side, and you want to keep your head on the floor and your hands out to the side. Okay? Then you're going to do 10 out to the side, keeping this heel right up over your hip, 10 on each side, 10 here, and then you're going to go 5 on each side by going out, bring your feet together, and then come back together. So you're going to go out with your right, meet it with your left, and then come back to the center, 5 on each side. And then you're going to do a shoulder bridge. So you're going to reach down, make sure you can touch your heels with your fingertips, lift up with your hips. You're not arching your back or lifting your chest up. You're just coming from your hips and glutes, squeezing your butt, and then try to get your contraction into your hamstrings here. Push through your heels. Feet are hip width apart, hip socket width apart, and you're going to reach out one leg at a time. Trying to keep your legs level and your hips up. 5 on each side. All right? And then you're going to come back down, grab onto your legs, roll up. The next one is a plank. And you want to do the plank for about a minute. Nice and long in your back. Push your heels back, lengthen your legs, squeeze your butt, pull your shoulders away from your ears, contract your abs where you're going to pull your ribs down into your hips. Squeeze your butt. Then you're going to come up to your hands. Alternating lunge. So there's a couple different ways we do this. We do an alternating lunge where you lengthen out your back leg and you drop your hips. And you can either do this 5 each side, or another thing that we like to do is lunge forward, or foot in between your hands, and then come up to a warrior pose. What this does is work on your hip and leg mobility and opening up your chest and shoulders. You would do this 5 each side, right? And then upward downward dog, arms and legs nice and straight. You want to pull your kneecaps up to the ceiling and make this a dynamic movement back and forth. Jump on up. Next one is arm circles. You want to make sure your feet are right underneath your hips, arms out nice and straight. This way. You're going to go a minute one direction with your shoulders squeezed together, arms reaching long, bent knuckles, and you want to reach real long and squeeze, and then rotate. Shoulders away from your ears. Circle one direction for 1 minute, turn your palms up, and then go backwards for 1 minute. Right? Then you shake it out, shake your arms and legs out, then the last one's a squat. So you do a prying squat, come down, you're going to squat, elbows inside your knees inside push your knees into your elbows, and you're going to pull your hips down. I'm keeping my feet flat, I'm just rocking my hips back and forth. Back nice and long and straight, turns to the side, nice and tall. So I'm pushing my knees into my elbows and I'm resisting my elbows like this. Sit down, get down nice and low, hinge back with your hips, so you really want to reach back with those hips and then push your knees out. Come back up, you can slightly adjust your feet if you want, and then 10 squats. All right? Then you should be ready to go. Enjoy the warm-up. Talk to you soon.